So is my digestive system responsible for this small brain?
To an extent, we can go down that route. We do know that molecules that are produced by your gut bacteria will go across the placenta and have a role to play within the development of the fetal brain.
Hello, I am here with the main man, Manos, and Alex is going to give us his top 5 tips for a healthy gut. Fire away.
So, number 1, I would say, is fibre intake. So, fibre will be found in things like your fruits and your vegetables and your whole grains. So, we know through sort of evolutionary medicine, so we say, that our fibre intake is significantly less than it once was. And fibre supports a healthy, diverse gut microbiome. So it helps us feed the good bacteria within the gut. So adequate fibre intake is going to be important. Exercise has been shown to actually be really beneficial. So I think I'll put that in there, partly because there are just obviously so many other health benefits to it that we're kind of killing lots of birds with one stone. Fermented foods is an absolute must for a healthy gut. So that would be things like sauerkraut and kefir, so things like fermented cabbage. Kefir we can now get not only from cow's milk, but from goat's milk and coconut milk and water. So if people have issues with dairy, they can still get some of these fermented foods in.
So sorry, just on that one, for any idiots like me, where do I get fermented? Where would I?
So you can, there are various blogs and recipes that you'll be able to find online to help you if you want to make your own sauerkraut and kefir and things like this. There are now various online shops, as it were, or websites, right, as well as, you know, even in our local Tesco, they do have both sauerkraut and kefir. The kefir is in sort of the welled food section.
Yeah, I know the section you mean.
So you can get them quite easily now.
We should maybe go down there now.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Stress is a big one. We know that stress is going to reduce the diversity of those gut bacteria, which is a bad thing. So being mindful of our stress, we'll call it, rather than kind of necessarily managing it, I think that can have negative connotations, is important. And we could actually say sleep as well. You know, if we're trying to get a diverse sort of lifestyle strategies, then sleep is going to be a really important one. We know that can influence the gut microbiome in various ways. So fibre, fruit, vegetables, whole grains, fermented foods, things like sauerkraut and kefir, exercise, sleep, and mindfulness, if we call it that. So being mindful of your stress levels and bringing in enough downtime into your day and weekly routine will be really useful. And just to go back to the exercise one, just to clear that up a little bit, if we were to call it kind of appropriate exercise, sometimes the most general way of saying it, so we don't want to be sedentary, but we don't want to be training or overtraining, basically. So lots of endurance work or lots of high intensity work can be problematic to a healthy digestive system. So an appropriate amount of exercise and type of exercise is what we're looking for.
Sounds good to me, mate. Sounds good to me. There we go. Try and summarise that one then. So that was, let me see if I can remember. Fibre, fermented foods, which I'm going to go down that funny aisle in Tesco's right. for. I'm also going to exercise, but not to excess.
Yeah. Which
I would always be adamant we do anyway. I want to sleep. So what are we saying? 7 to 8 hours a night is a... Don't go there. Sleep enough.
Sleep enough.
He's on the fence again. And then number 5, mindfulness or awareness of yourself and taking time for yourself.
Yeah, I think so. Just having, you know, call it what you will. Your yin-yang balance. Stress management is obviously the most kind of used term, I guess, when it comes to it. But it's just making sure there's enough relaxation. Because most of us, I think, just have so much stimuli. Traffic, living and work in London, children, relationships, work, TV, laptops, iPads all open at once. So it's just taking a break from...
And it's interesting because you wouldn't necessarily think that impacts the inside, the gut, but it does.
Absolutely.
So true. And it's great that you stop me there.
It's just saying. The credit goes to Chris Kresser, who's a functional medicine practitioner and other things. He had a lovely phrase I never forgot, which was that your digestive system is just an extension of your brain. And we won't go into why that's the case, but it's one way to think about it. So your emotions, your stress levels will influence, what's going on within that digestive system. So that's why we talk about stress being quite a big thing when we're talking about gut health. And as your listeners will know, if they struggle with IBS, one of the most common flare-ups in gut symptoms, bloating, diarrhea and things, will be when people's stress levels go up, interviews, exams, etc.
So is my digestive system responsible for this small brain?
To an extent, we can go down that route. We do know that molecules that are produced by your gut bacteria will go across the placenta and have a role to play within the development of the fetal brain. So gut health during pregnancy is just as important as other times, if not more important. It does have a role.
Another video. We're getting loads of these, mate. Alex Manos, thank you. I hope those 5 tips help you out. Go to alexmanos.co.uk, subscribe to his vlogs. He really does give away so much information that will be valuable to you. Subscribe to me as well. So take care. See you soon. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
6 minutes.
Yes.
I love it.